So let's talk about Milo Yiannopoulos. And so here's, I just want to show you what he said that got him in trouble. Okay. And so here it is. So he's on some internet chat, like a Google Hangout or something. And you can see him up in the corner.
This arbitrary and oppressive idea of consent.
Arbitrary and oppressive idea of consent. That's what he's talking about. The arbitrary and oppressive idea of sexual consent. That's, okay, here we go.
Which totally destroys, the understanding that many of us have of the complexities and subtleties and complicated nature of.
Totally destroys the complicated nature of relationships. What? You can't have sex with someone who's not legally old enough to give consent. That's it. Case closed.
That's a guy we want on college campuses.
That's a guy
that thinks consent's bullshit. That's perfect.
Sexual consent is, it ruins everything. That's what he said. Consent ruins everything. It wrecks everything. That's what he's saying. Just so you know, that's what he's saying.
Any relationships, people are messy and complex, and actually, in a homosexual world, particularly, some of those relationships between younger boys and older men, the sort of coming-of-age relationships, the relationships in which those older men help those young boys to discover who they are and give them security. And safety, and provide them with love and a reliable and sort of a rock where they can't speak to their parents. Some of those relationships.
That they can't, he said something they can't get from their parents. Is that what he just said? It sounded like that's what he said.
Reliable and sort of a rock where they can't speak to their parents.
Where they can't speak to their parents? Anyway, he's mentioning kids with their parents. Here we go.
Those relationships are some
like
of the most
molestation to me. It sounds
yeah,
like,
well, you know what?
It sounds like Catholic priest molestation to me.
So that guy calls it out for what it is. That sounds like Catholic priest molestation. That sounds like the kind of stuff a molester would say.
I like how the voice of reason is a dude in a wrestling costume.
Yes, Milo is so out of bounds. He just creeped out a guy in a wrestling uniform in his basement. That's this guy down here. He just creeped that guy out, and they're doing some kind of a show. And the other guy looks like he's from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. No, right?
Yeah, he does.
So this is who he's talking to, and this is what got him in trouble. And so this guy calls him out rightfully and says, hey, that sounds, what you're describing sounds a lot like Catholic priest molestation. Now, a normal person, if he's not talking about that, if he's not advocating that type of a relationship, would say, no, that's not what I'm advocating. I'm talking about something else. That's not what he says here. Listen to what he says when he says, what you're describing sounds like Catholic priest molestation. Here's what Milo responds with.
And you know what? I'm grateful for Father Michael. I wouldn't give nearly such good head if it wasn't for him.
So he doesn't say no. He says, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And he's going to outwit you because you think he's going to try and defend and say, no, but I agree with what you're saying, and I'm going to go even further. Like, that's his thing. That's his provocation. That's not a word. That's his how would you say it? Anyway, that's him provoking. Provoking? Provoking.
Yeah, he's kind of provoking because he's like, yeah, I'm gonna wear that.
I'm gonna wear it. You didn't see that coming. You didn't see me stick up for Catholic priest molestation, but I just did. That's him. Look at me. I'm even, whoa. And I wouldn't give, and that's that gay thing, right? So I'm gay and I'm a right winger. Okay.
And yet here you are talking about how, look, you know, some of these kids that get diddled by these priests, I mean, it's a good thing for them. They're getting this love. Now they are also getting
You're misunderstanding what pedophilia means. Pedophilia is not a sexual attraction to somebody 13 years old who is sexually mature. Pedophilia is attraction to children who have not reached puberty. Pedophilia is attraction to people who don't have functioning sex organs yet, who have not gone through puberty, who are too young to be able to understand the way their body.
So, see, then he clarifies. No. Priest molestation is not pedophilia. That's what he's saying. Pedophilia, that's not what I'm talking about. Pedophilia is molestation of children, attraction to children prepubescent. So like someone 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. So that's pedophilia. He's like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about once a kid is sexually mature, meaning goes through puberty. So like a 12-year-old or a 13-year-old boy or a 14-year-old boy or a 15-year-old, they're considered physically sexually mature, right? Because they can have ejaculations and so that's what he's talking. He literally so he's trying to throw you off. I'm not talking about pedophilia. He's talking about what he's talking about. It's called hebephilia or hebephilia. That is attraction to children who are post-pubescent.
You know, Jimmy, I gotta ask, what do you think the designated audience is for this show? Hey, what are you watching, sweetie? I'm watching 5 dudes in different basements designate proper sexual abuse terms.
With a gay right winger. That whole thing about, to me, that's the gay right winger. That's like a black guy joining the Klan. That's like the, hey, you know they're going to kill you, right? Yeah, but why would you be a black guy in the Klan, right? Maybe he owns a white sheet factory. Maybe that's what it is. Hey, you know they're going to kill you, right? Yeah, but I'm making so much money.
Or there's that Dave Chappelle sketch where the guy's blind. And
he's in the KKK?
Yeah,
oh, I didn't see that sketch.
Oh,
that sounds hilarious.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty.
That sounds hilarious. So here we go. He's got more to say.
Is not what we're talking about.
You are advocating.
No, that he's not talking about pedophilia, but you are talking about hebephilia. Sex with teenage boys who aren't of the age of consent. That's what this whole conversation is about. The arbitrary and oppressive nature of the consent laws.